Hello, everybody. This is Star Delta 9. I'm coming at you on a Monday. Happy Monday to you guys. I wanted to bring you guys another little video on the Cracked Wide Open series. I want to talk about the fundamental question of life. How the hell are you guys? You guys know I'm Star Delta 9. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you all for strolling through. I really do appreciate you guys. I want to talk a little bit about, let me fix my screen. I don't know, who am I? What's my purpose here on this physical plane? You know, I've been doing a lot of the shadow work during the spiritual awakening that I have. It's beautiful. It's very windy. I'm looking at it outside. And I've had a huge life-changing moments throughout. My shadow work has not been easy, nor it has not been without discomfort. So I'd like to share what I've learned with you guys. And that's why I'm doing them as I'm going through it. So I honestly believe that we have all asked ourselves this question from one time to another. Who are we? What is our purpose? What are we doing here? Why are we supposed to be here? So let a few people come in and pull up chat here. And tell everybody hello if there's people waiting. How the hell are you all? Let's see. There we are. Let me turn this volume down. Hello, old man. How you doing? Thanks for being the person here. I really appreciate it. I don't know. Have you asked yourself that question? I'm sure you have. I honestly believe it's a fundamental question that we've all asked ourselves from one time or many times in our lifetime. And I have not quite answered the question quite this way before. And it's been life-changing for me. So here we go. I would love it if you share the video, sound off below in the comment section. You know that is for you. Give it a thumbs up if this resonates, if you understand what I'm talking about, or if it even makes any type of sense to you. I cannot take the credit for this fundamental question being answered. I will leave links in the description below regarding some books that I read. Probably, I can't remember the year I read them, but it was, there's a series of 3 books, and they're called A Conversation with God. And when I read them, I kind of thought, ooh, those are over my head. I don't really know what he's talking about in that book. And so I've been mulling back through some of those books and rereading them. So I want to kind of give you a rundown of how I have defined it for myself. And so when I'm asking you, who am I? I'm asking you in the broader sense of the word. Not like I'm a woman with blonde hair, red hair, I'm a mom, you know. I mean in a broader sense of the word. Who are you? And for me, I'm going to answer it this way, dare I? I am divinity. I am oneness with God, and I am in the present of here and now in the realm of absolute. I am a direct extension of source and divine and unconditional love. That's how I kind of define it. That's what it feels like. Oh yeah, I'm a nurse. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. I got blonde hair. I have blue eyes. I'm a mother. I am all those things. But that is the physical me. It's not the broader sense of who I am. You're not just a sister. You're not just a mom. You're not just a wife. You're not just a friend. You're not just a coworker. You're not just a boss. So in the broader sense of the word, you know, who am I? Like, not in the sense of like, I identify with blonde hair, long hair. People identify me by my eyes. I That is my physical being. Okay? So ask yourself, who am I? Have any of you asked yourself that question? And if you have asked yourself that question, I have a few more that you can ask yourself as well. And I have asked myself, hello, hello, how are you, Jetta Joe? Thank you guys so much for strolling in. I know some of these videos are not everyone's cup of tea and not everyone's topic. There are those that know, and there are those that don't know they don't know. And there are those that know and don't want to know. And there are those that know and want to learn to know. And there are those that just know they know. And that's why I say, do I say I am divinity? I am oneness with God. I am in the present of the here and the now, in the realm of the 3D world, in the absolute, and that I am a direct extension of God or source or divinity, whichever you call her, him, them, or it, however you identify that person. But I also want to ask you, if you can ask yourself who you are, and you can answer who you are in the broader sense of the word, then where am I? And when I say where am I don't mean I'm right here sitting in this chair, not in the sense of a store or in a car at a dealership or in a mall, but the realm of relativity, reality, where things are relative to other things like mad, sad, happy, glad, hate, love, good, bad, evil, etc., black, white. So I'm referring to the realm of your physical body. I'm in the physical realm. That's where I am. I'm in a physical realm that happens to be a 3D playground, and I'm an avatar. I'm an avatar of divinity, and I get to pick my players. I get to pick my world any way I want it. I don't need someone to direct my movie. It's not their movie. It's my movie. That is our God-given right when we were put here on earth, is to have abundance in every way, shape, or form. And no one has a right to stand and block that energy or stand in the way of a person's soul's purpose. Because divine will step in and she'll slap you silly. She'll slap you silly. And that's what I got. I got slapped silly. So I've learned so much in 92 days. And I understand the spiritual awakening is an ongoing journey, and there will never be any end to not learning. That's why we're here. That's why we're on the 3D realm, for us to be brought shit into our lives, into our realm. Correct? And we can say, I don't want that, or I want that. So ask yourself, who am I? And when you answer that one in the broader sense, where am I? Where am I? And then I want you to ask yourself this question. Why am I here? Why? What's the point? What's the purpose? What's the goal? What's the gain? What's the end result? What's the hot diggity, why the hell am I here? You go to a concert to play music, to hear music. You go to a dinner house, a steakhouse to have a meal, right? Namaste, namaste. So when I ask you to ask yourself these questions, I'm really asking you to please ask yourself in a broader sense. For me, I am here. I am divinity. I am oneness with God. And I am here in the 3D realm where relative things, yin and yang, mad and good, hot and cold, all those things are here right? Those are my physicalities that I'm experiencing in my physical realm. And now I want to know, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I experiencing all this? Well, I think I've come to my answer. I'm here to use my mind. I'm here to use my body to express myself in this physical realm for the higher good of God, divine, others, and myself. And I had to ask myself several times. I'm not laughing at you because, and this is why I do these as I'm going through this, because I want you guys to see the authenticity in my face, okay? I want you to see the truth in my eyes that if everyone, well, I'm just going to say this again. I'm just going to keep reiterating this again and again. There are those that don't know and don't know they don't know. There are those that don't know they don't know, right? They don't even give a shit. There are ones that know, but don't know that they know, and they're willing to learn. They're willing to step up and put the work in. And then there are those that just fucking know. You know. You don't need to be told. When someone starts talking about it, you immediately, your energy and that person's energy are connected. Immediately. So I'm gonna propose a question to you guys. Hello, Jagger. I'm gonna pose a question to you guys. If I am divinity and I am oneness with God, and I am in the present, the here and the now realm of the absolute, right? Absolutely, you go out your door, the sun's gonna shine, the moon's gonna fucking set, the trash man's gonna come on Monday, the dog's gonna need to be walked, the kids are gonna, you live in a realm of absolute, okay? I am trying to be, since my awakening, I've always been that way, a direct extension of my mind, my body to others for the greater good of others and God, because I wouldn't have been a nurse and had a 40-year career as a trauma nurse if I didn't. I wouldn't have had a baby and his father pass away and raise that kid to be one of the most amazing men that I know. I wouldn't have stayed married to a narcissist for 28 fucking years if I didn't give a shit, if I didn't care about people, if I didn't feel there were lessons that I needed to learn, okay? But when you have a spiritual awakening, there's a couple things you have to come to the realization of. You live in a very energetic world, whether you believe it or not, you do. And the energy is powerful. And there's negative energy and there's positive energy. And negative energy will suck the life right out of you. And some people that are negative, that's their soul mission. They don't know, so they don't know any better. It's that simple, okay? Some know, they don't know, they know. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they have a beautiful heart, and that's how they operate in life, in the 3D realm, okay? And there are some that know and don't want to fucking know. They don't give two shits about knowing. If some people you can even speak to and ask them, and if they really are being honest and say, "Oh, I've had a spiritual awakening, but I let it go," because you can turn your back and walk the other way and ignore divinity. You can. And God will say, "Go your way, my child. I love you and I bless you." No judgment. None. Okay? But I believe, and I've always believed this, If you don't have your shit straight in life, you might be one of the souls that just kind of lingers in limbo. And the reason you're lingering in limbo is because you don't know. You don't know. And now you don't live on this physical plane anymore. And you can't have oneness with God because you don't know. You didn't know. And you didn't want to know. So it is our job as spiritual teachers, as gurus, as Reiki healers, practitioners, to assist other people in their journey. We are not perfect, not a single one of us, including me, my friend. You know, I have made several mistakes in my life, and some it took me 28 years to fucking learn. And it takes what it takes. But when you have a spiritual awakening, it's generally not because someone in your life did it to you. It's because a spiritual awakening was brought on because you had such false limiting beliefs that you put yourself in a mental prison and you've been living in a box instead of in a 3D realm, using your mind and your body for the greater good of God, self, and you. You've been living on self-limiting beliefs of tapes we play. You get on that hamster wheel, and it's really easy to play those tapes, you know? Hello. So I ask you to ask yourself, you know, after all, isn't that why we're here? Why are we here? Aren't we here to express ourselves through our own minds? It's beautiful outside. I'm thinking the wind is blowing. I might want to go out there. We are here to express through our minds, through our bodies. We are here to experience this universe and all of God's wonders within it. And it's to make the physical universe a better place to live for myself and for others. And in the long run, it's always for God. It's always for divine. It's always for source, you know? And people will continue to walk around ignorant, not want to know. Some will walk around not knowing they don't know, and it's not any fault of theirs. I always say, if you know better, you do better. And if you have I'm not really religious, but I'm highly spiritual. And if anybody believes in, hi there, Seb. If anybody believes in reincarnation or afterlife or everlasting life, I'm here to tell you. You have everlasting life. You're never going anywhere. When you pass away on this 3D realm, what's going to happen is they're going to bury your body or cremate it or do whatever it is that they do. But the minute you pass away, divine takes your soul. And you go right up into oneness with divine. And then you've got so many days to reincarnate and pick your new soul, pick your new physical body. Hand to God. Hand to fucking God. That's the truth. Okay? Now, I don't know where I got the 14 days. I just woke up with it. I don't know. But you will float around and you will pick it. You will pick something. Where do you guys, I want to ask you guys these questions. Where do you think the movie Reincarnation of Peter Proud came from? Who came up with that idea? How did they come up with that idea? Tell me about The Matrix. The Matrix has it pretty spot on. Tell me about some of the other wild and crazy movies that you've watched where you've gone out and said, damn, I should have been on acid or something when I watched that because that was out there. Where do you think you come from? You ever ask yourself that? Because, most people will say, my mom. Yes, you did. But if you start to look things up and you start to read things, did you pick your mom? Did your mom pick you? Did you pick to be reincarnated down here in the 3D realm? Or did you come down here already in the physical body? Because there's a difference. What planet are you from? What species are you? Because when you have a spiritual awakening, things will happen to you, to your body, to your mind, to your physical, that you will unequivocally be unable to deny. And if you deny it, it's because that's what you want to do. That's your free will to deny it. But you talk about spiritual awakenings, man. You talk about people walking around to sleep. Oh, shit. So I'm going to do a whole video on it because it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. No, I'm going to go back to this video, but I'm going to bring up other ones too as I talk, and hopefully it will spark some interest, and you guys will ask a question. We're here to express our body and our minds and to experience this universe and everything that God's given to us. When the minute you were born, God said it is your divine right to have anything and everything that you want, desire, need. Just get it. It's right here for you. It's yours. Your sanctuary is my sanctuary. If we stop and we think about whether you're in astrology or not, don't matter. Whether you're into saving the planet, don't matter. But if you ever walk around and say to yourself, I am in this physical body in this universe, and I'm here because I'm supposed to enjoy life. If this is the very basic you think, to enjoy life, to work, to be happy, and to have family and security. I'm here to tell you, you're cutting yourself fucking short. Short. Because we're all here for the same reason. We're all here for soul purpose. Your soul purpose is your soul purpose. You signed a contract with divinity on your agreement on what it is you were going to do. Apparently, I'm going to be apothecary, medicine, spiritual teacher. Don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm getting ready for it. I'm studying. I'm reading. I'm making things. I'm learning. I'm mastering up in my practitioners. I'm healing animals. I'm not doing it. All I'm doing is putting my hands on horses, dogs, cats, people. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Are we not supposed to be here to enrich others' lives and to make it a better place for them to live as well as ourselves? But we do have a problem with that, yes, because of the yin and the yang in life. We have people that don't want to cooperate with you. We have people that if they would just behave the way you want them to, it would be a beautiful place to live. But that's not how God created the universe. God says you experience liars, cheats, thieves, adulteresses, beggars. You can name the list on and on and on and on and on and on, and put a label to any one of those experiences you choose to. But that experience was brought to you because it is an experience you're mirroring in your very exact life, and you're not handling it, and it's being brought back to you again because she's saying, wake up, get ready, it's coming, wake up. Don't you see what you're doing? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know, what are you, what, you know, if you think about it, what is your intention? What am I going to do about it if I know I am a soul of divine and divinity, oneness with God, and I am here on a physical plane to use my mind, my body, to experience this physical realm and make your life, God's life, and my life a better place to live? A really important question to me would be, what's my intention? How am I going to do that? And that's where people come to this fundamental question of, who am I? What's my purpose? Well, do you know who you are? Because I didn't. I was a nurse. I was a mom. I was a grandma. I was a wife. I was a homemaker. I was an apothecary. I was a grower. You know, those are just things that we have learned to do in life that bring us joy. They bring us emotions, and not always good ones. I mean, everybody goes to work because they want to pay their bills, but not everybody can go to work and like their boss every day, right? So your boss coming in a bad mood, just as an example, could be something that you're mirroring. Because 9 times out of 10, you're mirroring the exact situation you're complaining about that you see in others. So I ask you, thank you, Patrick. I ask you, who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing? What's your intention? Because this has taken some time for me to assimilate. My fourth question, we have an opportunity to express or to really act out in every moment which comes into our reality, right? So let's say, let me see if I can think of an example. I'm going to use me because I don't want to insult anybody else, and I know this to be true. I'm dealing with an individual who's being difficult. They're holding me up. They're holding me up, and it has to do with my money. And I don't appreciate it, and I think it's wrong. And now God's looking at me saying, you have an opportunity to act out in this moment, or you have an opportunity to express yourself, right? And there's a difference. There's a difference, okay? If I'm acting out, I'm probably not acting out to the better good of myself, or to the other person, or to the collective. If I am acting out and I am taking the opportunity to express myself and say, listen, yada, 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 and this is why I'm feeling that way, and you really don't have a right to hold me hostage or hold my money hostage, right? So God says, why are you using hostage? Why are you using that word? Why you pick that word? Why did you pick hostage out of all the words you could have picked? Because my MO is to hold myself hostage mentally, because I am not behaving the way others want me to behave. And I don't have to fucking behave the way others want me to behave if it's not right. If it's not upright, and it's not loyal, and it's not for the greater good of myself, them, and the collective, pound sand. Because I don't have time. And I could swim around in that negative energy. I could. I could take a deep fucking dive. But what would be the point? To get on the hamster wheel? To argue? To fight? To create discord? Because that's all it would be. Or am I going to take a step back and say, you know the MO of this person. This is not new to you. You can pretty much tell you what they're going to say before they even say it. And so you got an option here, Star. You can express yourself as, look, I can deal with this way, or I can deal with it this way. Okay? And they were both for the greater good of myself and for him and for the collective. And if you don't choose either or, then it's to me, you have a personal problem. It's not my problem because I'm expressing to you. You're not hearing me when I'm expressing to you. I won't stoop to that level and play that game and act this out like a 2-year-old. I will express myself 100% authentically. And if I end up eating shit on the money, God brings back everything taken from me too. I'm sweeping the shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to ask yourself, what is my intention? And this has taken me some time to assimilate. You know, I had trouble integrating during this spiritual awakening. And I've become aware of several different categories that I keep telling you that people fall into. And, you know, there are souls that are walking around who just don't know they don't know. They just don't. No, they don't know. They're innocent. They're like children. Love them. They're children. There are souls who don't know but are willing to know. I say teach them. Teach them. Awaken them. They're students. There are souls walking who don't know but think they might know. Remind them. It's an opportunity to remind them. Maybe they're just lost. And there are souls who know and don't know they don't know. These are the scary ones. They're sleeping. They're sleeping. Wake them. Wake them. And there are those who know, and they know they know, and those are the cognizant being. And the cognizant souls know, they just know, they know. And the reason they know, is because they've been awakened. It's because they're telling you the truth. Their journey, their story is exactly that, their journey, their story. The pieces are all the same. If you see or speak to any spiritual guru, teacher, inspirational person, who just anybody that's had an awakening, the whole process of the oneness, feeling the oneness, there are some really common, and I was one, please don't take this judgmental because I'm not judging. I have no judgment against anyone, anything, or anyone. I didn't know. Okay, so when I speak to my spiritual teachers, and pretty smart people, okay, and I'm a pretty smart cookie myself, and I have a way of speaking with people so that I'm able to get information without giving them too much. Okay. And I don't want to go off and give them too much information, have them give me too much information because they'll say, I told you that, right? So I'm like, don't tell me anything. Just let me tell you what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing, right? Yeah, the press is acting like it. It's, yeah. And that's the hard thing in life is and that's it's a really good point, because it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. Men, men for the matter, but women for the Dalai Lama would get a ton of scrutiny. Hmm. I'm sure, but I do believe that that's on a change because I work with I go down to the spiritual center in Tascadero, and I've been with the Dalai Lamas. I've not personally met the Dalai Lama that's the Dalai Lama, but the Dalai Lamas that come from Tibet and do the World Peace Mandela and all those things, and their take on females is not it's not what you think. Some maybe, but if that's the case, I mean, I could tell you examples where I've had seen monks where they went into it's complete darkness to open up, the Kundalini meditation to open up their third eye. And I've spoken with Tibetan monks that've been monks for 40 years and say they still don't have a Kundalini awakening, and they're still getting ready to get ready to get ready. So it's a journey, and it's a journey, and I don't know. I've told you guys before, there are many things that will perpetuate a spiritual awakening. And there are many different types of spiritual awakenings, from just an awakening to a spiritual awakening to, a whole bunch of stuff. There are videos already up. I don't really care what the press says anyway, because another thing that you're going to find out, here's things that I know for verbatim. And I would stand in front of a freight train and go down dying, knowing this is the truth. You will wake up and you will go, there are a lot of fucking souls roaming around. A lot of souls roaming around. Okay? A lot. When I say a lot, I'm not joking. Think about how many babies are born a minute. Well, every time a baby's born, a person loses their life. So think about how many souls that don't have oneness with God are in limbo between the 3D and the 5D, roaming around trying to find beautiful light like mine, because they want to go and suck on to me because they want to find oneness with God, and I don't blame them. So if a soul comes to me and I can assist, I'm assisting. If it's a negative entity, I'll know it because I have divine psychic medium abilities since I was 7. So don't think I don't know. And negativity isn't really negativity. It's just a lower frequency. It's a lower frequency that someone is operating on. When I tell the doctor that I am vibrating on a level that should be killing me, I'm not kidding. He holds my feet and he's like, yeah, you ain't kidding. When I tell the doctor that my blood is cold, literally ice cold, like you've taken a blowtorch and blown dry ice right down my trachea into my blood. He ran my labs. My blood is perfect temperature. So when you Google spiritual awakening and you Google temperatures, it's a hot and cold temperature. If there's a given, it's just a given. Some people don't have it, some people have different symptoms, but for the most part, it's a cold and a warm. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are always, always, always going to be alive, that you've always been alive, that you've been alive for way, 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 way longer than you think you have, and you're going to be way, 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 way longer than you think you're going to not be. You're never going to die. This body's going to wear out. Look at mine. Shit, it's wearing out. It's wearing out. What can I do? What can I do? Get on my horse and ride out into this 3D realm, because I'm ascending, baby. I don't know if you guys follow astrology. Do you guys follow that? Do you have any questions? Because people are going to go, these are the cognoscenti. They're going to go, what's that? That's the people that just know they know. They just know they know. I mean, I think my skin has changed. I think my body's changed. I've lost. I'm not even happy about saying this. I probably 115 pounds, and I probably haven't weighed 115 pounds since I was in the 7th grade. And my eating habits are not the same. I don't even like the same food. I don't even enjoy the same desserts or anything. And it's like events and things that I did that filled my day. Growing, apothecary, and spiritual is about my day, besides my Reiki healing that I'm doing. And I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm in the process of this. It's, what is it today? 93 days today. So I think I'm assimilating nicely. We have a really big solar eclipse coming in. Just a side note for you guys. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. Every 18.6 years they come. And there's usually a lunar eclipse before and after. When you look up this solar eclipse, I'm a double Pisces. And Cancer and Aries are very strong in my chart. And Mercury's already gone into, and Mars has followed him into Leo. You know, Cancer is that's Mother Mary. You're the child in the bottom of the Cancer, you know, in the sign, and then Mother Mary just kind of cradles you on the top, and she's rocking you back and forth. It's a rebirth. This is a big solar eclipse. This is the new age of Aquarius. And now I know when I've been awakened. And before my awakening and during some of my processes, I was coming up with words like Aquarius. And I'm like, where am I getting that word? Because don't like the song. Don't really follow the Supremes. I don't think I have for a very long time. But I said, it's the age of the Aquarius. And I started singing it, and it was 6 days before my awakening that I was singing it. Coincidence? No. Synchronicity? Yes. Yes. You know, I'm double Pisces, Aries rising. I have Cancer and Cappy strong in my chart. And those are the only two that aren't retrograde. Well, Mercury just went retrograde and Mars followed today. Mars followed him today, you know. So this shift, I don't know if any of you guys are feeling this energy shift. I'm going to do a video on it because I think it's a real good video. I probably got to get that video done because tomorrow night's the eclipse. So I should put that one up because it's a lot of fun to look at where you sit at 10 degrees in Cancer. 10 degrees in Cancer is my fortune, my social, my intellect, my worth, my worthiness. And you think my awakening is a fucking coincidence? No. I was limiting myself in a box. I was living in a box. Didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything, didn't play, didn't do anything. Everything I did was work. God said, no work, no more work. No more work. You need to go play because your little girl, the little girl inside, the one that you're asking, who am I and what's her purpose, she needs to be taught how to play, how to relax, how to laugh, how to have fun, how to sing, how to dance, how to eat, how to make love, how to have a good partner in your life. You know, all those things have to be relearned because this age of Aquarius and spiritual people that are awakened and ascending to the 5D, we've been in school. We've been in school, and if you don't think that I feel it with 93 days of like what feels like complete isolation to me, it's like, can I go outside now? So I don't know if you guys are getting anything from this while I'm going through it, or if I'm just making it more confusing for you, or if it's helpful. I'm going to post some links in the description below for some books that you can read talking about this very topic, because I am not the creator of these words. The writer of the book is, and I must give credit where credit's due. He's a beautiful soul, and he's wide the fuck awake. And Eckhart Tolle's another one, and I'll put a few down there for you guys. Hello, PJ. How you doing? Thank you so much. People are telling me that left and right, and I honest to God tell you what. I'm meditating 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, journaling, writing. I'm being tied up on my funds, so I can't even look for a fucking place or work. So I'm not happy about that. So all I can do is wait. I'm not smoking anything while I do these videos. In fact, I've probably cut back on quite a bit, but I will do a, what time is it? What time is it? I don't know what time it is, but I was thinking that I would do a live. I did a video, or wrote a video up for you guys on a Cannabis 101 tincture for the Fellowship of the Day tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. If you'd like to be on panel, please let me know. I'd love to have you. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask, because if I don't know, I'm going to go find out what the answer is. And if they don't know, then they'll find out, and so on and so on and so on. And that's what's so beautiful about this community. If some people are not as vocal as I am about my spiritual awakening, I'm vocal about my spiritual awakening because I think I had a couple things happening to me simultaneously in my life. And I do believe that I haven't quite figured it out yet. So therefore I really don't want to speak on it inadequately. I just think there are things that will perpetuate one. And if you are not being a loyal soul in another person's life, or a stand-up person, you really need to think about the damage that you're doing to your soul and the souls in yours. Because that's ultimately what you're doing. And that is karma, my friend. Not the fact that someone ripped you off $200 and didn't pay you back, and then someone ripped them off. That's not the karma I'm talking about. The karma I'm talking about, God will leave your ass in limbo for. Because God says, did you have any mercy when you were living down there on any soul that crossed your path? He's not going to judge you, and he'll probably let your ass into the gates of heaven, because that's who God is. He says, come to me as you are, baby. But if you don't find oneness with him, how are you going to get in to speak to him? Seek him out. Do not be the souls walking around who don't know they don't know. And I tell you, nurture, love the souls that who don't know but are willing to know. Teach them. Teach them to awaken. Even the ones that say, I think I know, and I'm willing to learn, will you show me? Become my journal. And all I can show you is what I did, what I'm doing. That's all I can show you. But I can hold your hand. I can cry with you. Because it's wretched. It's fucking wretched. I can be there for you and be your friend. And in the end, we can celebrate and say, yeah, all that hard work, all that gut wrenching blood and shit you left on the floor. Yeah. Well, children are born with 5 senses and 4. They're already feeling 4 emotions the minute their umbilical cord is cut. Fear, abandonment, rejection, and 4 emotions. Pretty much before they're even 2 minutes old. So, like I said, it's not by anybody's fault of our own. God says you have free will. So if you start looking at some of the things I'm saying, and you go back and you start reading some of the stuff in scriptures, or you start looking at something spiritual, some of the words that you're going to read are not coincident. They are synchronicities. Like where he says, get ready, it's coming. Do you think he wants to tell you a fire's coming? If God wants to create a fire, he'll create a goddamn fire. He's saying, look, guys, I've given you free will. You've eaten off that apple, that apple over there with Satan, Lucifer. Lucifer's just a fallen angel from God. That's all he is. And he's living in the negative underworld. And if that's where you choose to be, that's where you choose to be. But I'll tell you, Lucifer and Satan is not your maker. And I know where I want to reside. Right here, right now, in oneness with divinity. That's why I say, do I dare say I am divinity? Oneness with God? Hell yes, I dare say it. Where am I? Right here in this 3D realm, using my mind and my body to make this place around me, this bubble, this playground that I'm in, I'm the avatar. I can have anything I want in my playground. I can put actors in, take them out, put pieces in, take them out. That's what life is. That's when you have people come in your life and they bring you discord. Get out of my playground, bitch. I don't want you here. Now, can I stoop down in that level? Mm-hmm. But I choose not to. Get out of my playground. And start surrounding yourself with your tribe. Surround yourself with your tribe. I'm telling you that you should see my dog. My dog sleeps like this. He's so close to my body. I wake up and he's on my side, and he's got his tongue hanging out, and he sits in the yard. I had to go check him. Excuse me. I don't know, Thursday or Friday of last week, he was laying in the yard, and I was like, well, dude, what are you doing? 6 hours the dog laid under the tree and slept. I literally had to go over and shake him because I thought something was wrong. Hi, Mary Wynn. How are you? So thank you guys for stopping in and sharing this with me. Make sure you ask yourself the fundamental question of life. Who am I? Who am I? And when you find out who you are, ask yourself, where am I? And don't say I'm in the mall and I have blonde hair and blue eyes, or I'm in my car, or I'm dropping my kids at school. I want to know who you are in a broader sense. Who are you in a broader sense? Where are you in a broader sense? And what are you going to do about it? What's your intention? Because you know the saying, you reap what you sow, not a coincidental saying, idiosyncrasy. You propel what you get, I don't remember that one. Because I never used that one. But, whatever you push out into the universe is what you get. Whether it be whatever you persist, consists. Whatever you persist in your life, the universe will consistently bring that to you. Stop resisting. Start being passive with ebb and flow and get that cinnamon bun in your chest, like I talk about. And the things that you resisted will no longer persist. Halt. Quantum. You will be amazed at how quickly it halts. So I think I'll come back and maybe talk with you guys about the astrology a little bit, because this question I really think is a fun question to ask yourself. And I know from the time I was in the 5th grade, maybe even the 4th grade, my elementary teacher looked at us kids in the class and said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" That's not the kind of answer that I want you to ask, nor the kind of question I want you to ask yourself. Get into meditation, and in a broader sense, ask yourself, who am I? What is my reason for being here in this 3D realm? Why do I have a physical mind and a body? What's the point? What's the purpose? Find your purpose, and once you find your purpose and you start living from divinity and your purpose, your life will change. Your life will change in an instant. And it's hard, I know. It's hard, but nothing worthwhile in life is easy. Nothing. Nothing. Idiosyncrasy. The countless worlds that we end up in. So I don't know how long the video went, but I really appreciate you guys coming in. And remember, I cannot take credit for the fundamental question of life. I was baffled because I read his books, The Conversation with God, probably 10 years ago, and literally put them on the bookshelf going, I don't know what that man is talking about. And because I was one that was walking around and didn't know. So it's no fault of anybody's. But I'll when the video uploads, I will go and make sure I have all the spelling right and grab some links on Amazon. And I'm going to put Eckhart Tolle in there as well. Hi, Bear Grown, how are you? And then I did tomorrow will be Cannabis Picture 101 on the Fellowship of the Dead. See that way, guys. So, and then I've got some gelato going and some other good stuff, and I'm gonna do a soapy soap, and I'm tied up, so I'm gonna be here a minute, so girl might as well work her ass off. But spiritual comes first. Playing. If you're going through a spiritual review, be kind to yourself. Please be kind to yourself. We are our own worst enemy, and the hardest thing in the world is getting out of our own damn way. We have to learn to get out of our own damn way. So thank you so much for sharing this topic with me. I really, really do appreciate it. If you can, make sure you try to ask yourself that question and maintain your balance. Keep just put one foot in front of the other. And I'm telling you, if you guys are feeling anything about this solar eclipse, just know it's powerful. And if you're feeling out of sorts, or you go into a grocery store and someone makes you mad, and you don't know why, it's just you picking up some energy from the collective. Because this solar eclipse is so powerful, and this happens every 18.6 years. And don't think that shizzle from the underworld is not going to try and sneak its way in, because when we have the eclipse, it literally blocks the sun from the earth and being on the earth. So I'd really like to tell you guys some info on it. So I might just go live and do some canvassing and talk with y'all. American One, I love you, my gosh. I hope you're all well too. I just got here. I'm going to start doing some more lives and stuff because the girl's not hiding anymore. I don't have anything to hide from. Look at this gorgeous face. I'm not hiding. I am not hiding from you. Come get me. Come talk to me. Don't do that. I don't mean that little. Come speak to me if you want to know about spiritual awakening. If you need help or anything. Or if you have a grow job that's or I don't know. Anytime we can text me. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for putting up with my shizzle during this spiritual awakening. I promise once I'm a little bit more acclimated, then I can start putting up some videos. Will just be videos, and I can tell you point blank what to do and what not to do, and be done with it. But to me, it's not authentic. I can read from a book. And when you have a spiritual awakening, generally most of the information is about the same. So I can read too. I want my subscribers to understand. I'm in a grocery store sniveling at the chicker in an instant. So what you see right here, right now, may not be this way in 10 minutes. I might be kicking and screaming. No. My ego has actually almost completely fallen to the wayside. Mister gave me a little bit of a discord today, and I just put my hands on my heart and did some Reiki and took about 7 breaths, and then I went back again, not acting, but expressing my true self for his good, my good, and the collective. And those that's what I'm trying to make. I tried for 20 years. So, gotta get a grow together tool missing your grow videos. I know, and my roommate is just drilling me to get a tent up. I'm looking for some LED lighting. You know, I'm a Hortilux girl, and I really can't afford a Hortilux. I have bulbs, but I don't want to pay the electric bill. So I'm looking for a nice LED. I'm looking at HLG 550, I believe it is. That I can pop in my tent and be off and running. But in the meantime, I'm still grooming. In the meantime, I'm still doing some. In the meantime, I'm still squishing and still making tinctures and edibles and apothecary. But that's all in between oneness with God, because that comes first. My mission in life is to help you guys ascend and to be here for the collective and to make this a better place to live. And if it means teaching you to grow, teaching you to cook, the cannabis and giving you some knowledge and some beautiful things to talk about along the way and a nice friendship. It's a win-win situation in my book. Shizzle. I'm downside my ass up. And this is another reason why I'm doing these the way I want to do them, because I want you guys to see my giddiness. I'm giddy as a goddamn 3-year-old in a candy store with pink shoes on. And I don't have any shoes on. I'm barefoot. I'm barefoot in a dress. Yeah, imagine it. And now I'm gonna go walk along the lake. I don't know, maybe pick a couple flowers. Check the dogs. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Thank you for popping in. Please leave a comment below. You know it's your section to sound off. If any of this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Share the video. You never know who's looking for the information. And I know God says do it. So I'm doing it. Namaste. Talk to you soon.